So if we are thinking of profit in terms of just raw materials plus something, so there can be factors which the government can add, which will help you or which will make you forcefully shift to these materials.
Hello everyone, welcome to season 2 of IPPTA Presents Paper Trail Talks, and today with us we have Amish Mehra sir, who is the Managing Director at UP Alums. So sir, before we start, I would like you to give a short introduction of yourself for the audience.
Yeah, so hi friends, I am Amish Mehra, Managing Director at UP Alums, an A&M company. We are a specialty chemical manufacturer operating in the pulp and paper segment and water segment for the past 4 decades, and we have 2 plants in India and coming up with the third one shortly, and one dedicated R&D center where we do paper chemical application, the paper testings, and also specialty chemical developments. So a chemical enthusiast by heart, and always we try to do new things and try to now cover up more on the sustainability and biodegradability aspects of chemicals.
So sir, since you are already in the chemical industry, how would you describe the shift from traditional wood to the renewable bioresources to someone who is outside our industry?
So how the industry is progressing is people were aware of the disadvantages of plastic long time back, but there is a certain time and a push that comes from the government side. So now that we see the push is coming and everyone is getting more aware of the disadvantages of plastics, and now microplastics being in everywhere, like our food, soil, water.
Is there a particular change or innovation that you would like to see in this industry?
Yes, I would say quite a few. One is that the industry first has to be very open about change itself. So I think to make change, one has to be ready for change and accept the change. So I feel still the industry is a little bit more in its comfort zone, because of course, unlike European markets, paper is still an under-penetrated resource. We are growing as an economy. The print media, the writing, printing, the books are still penetrating because of the education sector growing to the village level now, I would say. But once this all passes, so we have to find ways to make things more innovative and more competitive at a world scale. For that we have to change. We have to change our mentality, and we have to change our mindset about quality.
So if we are talking about the change, right, the most technological advancement that is currently happening in this industry is AI. Right, people are moving towards it. The industry is integrating AI in their systems. So what is your take on that? How big or how massive of a role is AI going to play in this industry?
I'm pretty sure AI is going to play a massive role. AI is a very good tool. At the end of the day, each tool needs a person to operate, or it needs specialized manpower who are trained to extract the maximum benefit out of that tool. So AI definitely is, at the current stage, is a tool which can assist everyone, every paper maker, every technologist to, of course, amplify, intensify, optimize their processes. If we say it can replace humans altogether, I don't see it happening anytime soon. But yes, the role of AI is going to get deeper. But with that depth, the knowledge of process, the knowledge of chemistry has to also go deep. So I would encourage people, the technicians, the technocrats of the industry, especially the young ones, to focus more on the first principles, to focus more on the knowledge bank that they have of the process, so that they can harness the power of AI and ultimately use it to their benefit and ultimately add value to their organizations.
So I have one question for you, which is, if you had to pick one, energy or raw materials, where do you think renewable bioresources will have the biggest impact?
I think raw materials.
And why so? Is there a particular reason?
Yeah, because if we talk of energy, biomaterials, I feel can't offer much, because energy is part of an optimization process. You can only, if I say I need to lift 10 kgs of weight, I need to have that strength of whatever newtons of force. It has to command that. or if I need to evaporate 1 kg of water, I need to give that much energy of steam. So I can optimize the inefficient part. But as far as biomaterials are concerned, they can definitely substitute the traditional raw materials, be it coating for making the surface coated papers, barrier coated papers, be it in terms of the strength chemicals which are currently synthetic polymer based. We can go for more bio based materials like starches and guar gums and all those things. And even to the end of water reusage also, we can go for more and more bio-based flocculants, which can help us in more better treatment of water. Right now a lot of synthetic polymers are being used, so I feel biomaterials have not even scratched the surface of application as far as the raw material part is concerned.
If the industry also focuses a lot on profit as well, right? It's not just about making paper more renewable or maybe a better source of use, but we also focus on profit as well. But then there comes this question that how do you balance the need for profit with the environmental need for nature?
A very, very interesting question, and I'd like to give you an example here. So if we try to see cost as a function of what RM cost is there, plus the energy cost is there, plus your operational costs of manpower, marketing, extra. So this all becomes your total cost.
Yeah.
If there is tomorrow a tax of carbon or a tax of emissions or some tax by the government or some levy by the government, or even for that matter some levy by your customer, that okay, tomorrow you can't use this, or if you are using this you have to, I will bill you so much extra, I'll cut some payment for you. So that adds to your cost. So if something adds to your cost, it automatically reduces your profit. True. So if we are thinking of profit in terms of just raw materials plus something, so there can be factors which the government can add, which will help you or which will make you forcefully shift to these materials, because that's how the balancing will ultimately happen. That's my take on the future of bioeconomy, I would say.
So what do you think, how is India performing on a global level when it comes to paper industry?
I was had you asked me this about 2 months ago, I would have said fairly badly, but I recently attended a conference in Finland, and the most important takeaway that I could take from there was what we were doing, and we have an expertise in the last achieved in the last 20-25 years. They are now adapting those policies or those practices. Like our raw material was traditionally in North India, I would say, and even South India, was agro residue, like wheat straw, bagasse and everything. So there they are now going towards shifting from virgin wood, virgin fiber, softwood, hardwood to agri fiber residue, because they also have a lot of wheat, they have a lot of sugarcane pulp available. So they are exploring those alternatives. We are where we face the challenge of implementing their technologies and fine-tuning them. We have now some opportunity to export that technology back, because we already fine-tuned our technologies of recoveries, of effluent treatment, of paper machine running, and face challenges of brightness, pulp washing, which they are not aware because they are only using virgin wood. We can in fact transfer those technologies to them, because they are now introducing these short fibers or these agri fibers into their feedstock. So that is in fact a very, very good thing, because they are the whatever Paris Climate Summit or net zero targets they also have. So they are introducing all these raw materials as a part of their net zero targets. Yeah.
And as a managing director, what business opportunities do you see emerging over the next decade?
So I see in the next, I would say rather 1.5 to 2 decades, I see paper mills, especially those with integrated pulp mills, becoming the refineries of tomorrow. Right now, crude oil is the only oil that we know which has a lot of materials available, and we get a lot of raw materials out of it, like petrol, aromatics, and kerosene, your petroleum jellies, everything. I see the refineries of today, the pulp mills of today, as the refineries of tomorrow. They are producing a lot of lignin, they are producing a lot of waste which they are calling waste right now, but it's actually going to be a resource utilized in different aspects, be it adhesive market or be it composites market or be it everything. So right now what we are burning is actually almost like dollars or rupees, and once we understand and there are technologies available to harness the value out of it, we will definitely invest in those technologies and valorize our waste to get some wealth out of that.
Is UP Alums working on something right now regarding this?
Yeah, we are.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you would like to tell the future generation that is going to join this industry?
Just keep your minds open. As I said, to change, you need to be ready for change, and change is coming in a big way. And just most of all, focus always on the first principles. That learning will always take you forward.
Perfect, sir. Thank you so much for doing this, sir.
Thank
it was
you.
a pleasure having you on this podcast.
Thank you so much. Pleasure was all mine.